nice way to win. You sit on that one over there for me. I'll sit on this one.
I got them confused as well because I was betting too big into the pot. They couldn't understand. Why would you bet so much?
Okay.
You know why? I wanted to win what was out there already and not lose it.
Yeah, not get outdrawn by some random card.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I know that the more chips you have, the better off you are.
Yeah, because you need them all at the end.
Yes.
Right, everybody, welcome back to MGA Spotlight. Today I have a gentleman that needs no introduction, but I will introduce him anyway. It's our none other than the 2011 Aussie Millions main event champion, Mr. David Gorr. Dave.
All right, we are here with 2011 Aussie Millions main event champion, David Gorr. David, $2 million you just won. It's got to feel great. I mean, how does it feel to be a millionaire tonight?
It's good. It's very good. But it's the winning of the championship, really, and not necessarily the amount of money. It's the fact that I have won this tournament and got through 5 days of play against some very tough competitors. And that's what I'm very proud and happy about.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm going to start on No Limit Hold'em because you won the Aussie Millions. And it's one of those 2-card games. But you've been playing mixed for long before that happened. And then you got into the... So what does it take to win the main event for the Aussie Millions, $10,600 buy-in? It's on right now. Like we're about to... Well, sorry, the main event's next week. Tell our viewers what it takes to win.
It takes observation at the table of the players you're playing against.
Okay.
And try and keep a little history of what hands they've played when they have to turn them over at the end of the betting. And the other thing is play some premium cards, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
So you didn't need to get too tricky. I mean, it's 15 years ago. The game's probably a little different 15 years ago. It's still, what was it, 5 days? Is that
5 days, yeah. Yes.
5 days, that's grueling.
Yeah, a lot of my friends couldn't understand how I could play 5 days of poker when I was telling them I'm getting home 2 o'clock every morning and then having to turn up to play again the next day at midday.
Yeah.
But I've never had a problem with it.
Okay, fantastic. And, you're not in your 20s anymore.
No.
And you're mixing it with these kids that were in their 20s at the time.
Yes.
And just beat every single one of them.
I turned out that way. It was fortunate.
Yeah. All right, well, this is a mixed game channel, so let's talk about mixed games. How long have you been playing the mixed? God, I don't know when we started, because I started off with Hold'em and then we had Omaha. Yep.
And I can't remember how Omaha 8 or better was introduced. I just don't know when that happened. Okay. But I'd imagine possibly that it was Mel Judah who introduced us to these games.
Okay.
Yes.
The original start of what was the old man's game, but you're all young men then, so it would...
we only played Omaha and Hold'em then.
Okay, yep.
Right,
yep.
And the other game we saw being played, and I didn't like it much, was just plain 5-card stud, where you turn 1 card over at the start and 3 more.
Yeah.
Or they played 7-card as well, 5 more and another card down.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
No, but these mixed games are far more enjoyable, more relaxing style of poker.
Yeah.
And as well as that, you often can see many of the cards that the other players are playing and make decisions on what they have.
Yeah, exactly.
In the way of their cards.
Yeah, a lot of the players out there now are playing just kind of some standard mixes of horse and 8 games and 9 games, but you're still playing the old man's game. Yeah,
the old man's game is a game that has been named after me and John Maver, because we're both over the age of 80 and plus, and that's why it's called the old man's game. And we enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
You guys have been playing weekly at the same...
Yeah, we play weekly. At our weekly game, we have card signs for over 55 different mixed games. Although they do include Hold'em, normal, Omaha, all those. It's all the other games, but a total of 55 different placards with the games on, and there are more now. I don't know where people get these new games from.
And everything is fixed limit only. I know the old man's game is not about big bets.
Fixed limit.
Just fixed limit.
And the other thing, I was playing Hold'em and Omaha home games at 10, 20, 40 level.
Yep.
And here it is. It's 35 years later from when I started playing, and we're playing mixed games, and we're still playing 10, 20, 40.
40.
No inflation in the game, but it's
Everywhere else in life
it's a
there is.
lot more fun because you're playing at a level that's comfortable, and there's no way you can make a living out of this. Yeah. I'm sure that you're making a living out of some of these young blokes that are coming along to the game. No. Some of them are pretty bright. I do make some mistakes as well. But I think that there's an age thing involved.
Yeah.
Also.
Do you find that it keeps you sharp though?
Yes,
Yep.
I can. Yeah. I mean, I've got all my credit card numbers in my head, so I don't have to pull the card out each time.
Yep.
Right. All of that stuff. I don't have a problem doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite game?
I'm starting to like triple draw.
Starting to like triple draw.
Yeah, well, I like it, but I'm starting to like it more and more.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think Drawmaha is an interesting game that can be easily introduced to other players without having to worry about, how many cards are we getting? Is it high-low? What wins and what doesn't win?
Yep.
By the fact that you're playing Drawmaha high, they all have an understanding of what a high poker hand is. I think it's a good game to be promoted.
Yeah. It is working. I was actually talking to Sasha Mans earlier, who won the horse at Crown earlier this week. And in Germany and in Europe, they play a lot of fit and special, which is Drawmaha, but you can pitch as many cards as you like, and if you just draw one, you get to see the card, decide if you want to keep it. If you don't, that goes into the muck, and then you get the next card off the stub. So that's a variation, actually it's not the variation, it's actually the OG game of called Fit and Special.
I've not heard of it.
Yeah, so we'll probably be bringing that in at some stage, but right now we'll get everybody used to Drawmaha, and then we'll move on.
And the other variants.
Yeah, that's it.
Drawmaha Deuce to 7, Drawmadoogie.
Yeah, Drawmadoogie, Drawmaha Ace to 5, 49.
Yes, 49. 49. 49 and 0.
Yep.
I think is a great combination to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
With triple draw, so deuce to 7 triple draw, or just any triple draw? Are you talking, so you like Badoogie, Ace to 5, deuce to 7, just any of the draw games?
Yes, they're good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I know you're not a big fan of having the too many big bet games within a mix.
Yeah.
You like the idea of being able to grind it out.
No, I'd like the idea that I can play for a length of time for the money I've investing into the tournament. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. What would be your, well, not so much your worst game, which game don't you enjoy playing? Are there any that you just like, I won't choose it in the dealer's choice, I don't like it, I don't want to play it? Like, is there any?
The one that I think Jared introduced, where you get 4 cards and you bet on them after the flop. The flop comes down and each player gets an extra card, and then the turn comes down and you bet again and you get an extra card.
Stairway to 7.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm not that keen on that one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Stairway to 7 is exactly like Dave is explaining. Each player gets 4 cards, and after each street you get an extra card, and it's played high-low on the board, taking 2 from your hand, 3 from the board. We also have another variation of Drawway to 7.
Yes, we've played that too.
Yeah, so the best draw hand versus the best Omaha hand. And there's Deuceway to 7, where you've got the best deuce to 7 in your hand.
Oh, okay.
Aceway to 7, with the best ace to 5.
We've not played those.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. But also a bit of fun.
Yeah.
So for old time's sake, are you going to try and either qualify or buy into the main event for next week at the Aussie?
I'm going to give it 2 or 3 more goes.
Yep.
I have a phase 3 ticket.
Okay.
So I haven't used that yet.
Okay.
And there's the $550 entry plus the 200 add-on next Saturday, I believe.
Okay.
Again.
Right.
Which I think they'll have massive numbers for.
Yeah. They just had record-breaking numbers for the horse. We had 64 entries in that on the weekend.
Yep.
And what do you think the line is? What do you think they'll get for the 8 game, which is coming up on this Sunday?
Well, I think that hopefully there'll be more people in town, and but it's a different game because of the no limit part of it.
No limit, pot limit, and the deuce to 7.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it means people also know that you've got to be lucky enough to stay in it when it comes to the time when a no limit or a pot limit bet is made.
Yeah.
Whether you want to put your chips in and risk being out of the tournament. Well, it's poker.
Yeah, it is. It is poker.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, whichever you do, best of luck. Historically, the 8 game has gotten more players than the horse. So, based on the approximate percentage increase, we may expect like 100 runners. If that's the case, yeah. So,
that's terrific.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Yeah.
But whichever you play, we wish you the best of luck. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yeah. And if any of you out there want to get in the mix, get yourself down to Play Live. Come and play with Mixed Games Academy. Follow us everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, website, YouTube. Come and get in the mix. Good on you. Thanks, Dave. Well done, sir.
Okay.
Well done.